Hi, I'm Debbie Chronister. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. I'm glad you're joining me today. You can find me at stampwithdeb.com, and I am I'm on Facebook Live every Tuesday at 3 o'clock and Pacific time. And I'm so happy you're here with me today. Let's get started. I have a really fun project for you today. Okay, so this is the project for today. Is this the most adorable little card? I think it's just really simple. I've been playing with the Bumblebee set a lot. And so I am going to use Happy and Heartfelt, which is this sweet little greeting in here, which is not coming through to our annual catalog, unfortunately. I'm so sad. And I'm going to use Hello Ladybug, the bundle, which is coming through to our new annual catalog. So let me get started. So I have cut a piece of black, unfortunately it's black cardstock. Let me turn my lights on, maybe that'll help a little. Okay, and it's basic black, and it is 6.5 by 8.5. And I am going to score it at 4 1/4 on the 8-inch side. So I'm going to score it at 4 1/4 to start with. And then I'm going to score at 1 inch on the bottom here. Score at 1 inch. And then I'm going to cut this edge to that 4 1/4 inch score line in the middle that I made. And I go just a hair past because I want to cut that piece a little bit short so that it lays nice inside my card. And then I'm going to trim from the bottom up to that cut line, which is the score line. And save this piece. We're going to use it on the front. Okay. So then I am going to take this and I'm going to mark it, first of all, at 2 3/4 inches. So I'm going to use my grid paper here, and I'm just going to mark at 2 3/4 inches on the side that does not have this. This is the inside of the card. This is the front of the card. So I'm going to mark 2 3/4 right there. Nice thing about black is my pencil shows up well. Okay, and then I'm going to cut it, and the cutter right side up, with that black line there. And I'm going to cut towards this center fold here. So I've got my center fold mark right there. I'm going to cut from that mark to my center fold, just lining it up in the groove here. Okay. Then I'm going to cut my other papers as well. So there is my card front. Let's go fold it the other way. I have to figure out how to cut it so it folds the other way. And I haven't done that yet. So there is my card base. So I folded this up on the bottom here and to make my card base. All right, now I'm going to cut my other papers. And this, the red, and I have a piece of Poppy Parade. And I have marked that at 2 5/8. So on that long side there, so that I'll know where to cut it. So I'm going to cut from the corner down to that 2 5/8 inch mark. And what I did is I said, this is 2 3/4, this is 5 1/2. So that's a half of it. So I went with a half here, a half of the length. And then I have a piece of designer series paper from All Things Good in All Good. Can't remember the name of this. I'll put the name on the screen. And so I'm going to cut that. I've marked that at 2 1/2 because this is 5 inches by 4, 5 by 3 3/4. And so I'm going to mark it at 2 1/2 and cut it up there. Now I have all my cutting done. Okay. So I used a little different paper. This one was done, the designer series paper on this was the free one for the, well, it wasn't free. It was the pack for the host rewards. So this one, and I've taken this one, and this is all black and white, and I just colored in some of those little hearts with a Poppy Parade Stamp and Blend. And I'm just going to attach these two together. We're going to work on this piece first. And here we are. And then I have a piece of white that I cut. It's 3/4 of an inch. And you remember that piece of black that we cut off? Okay, those two are going to go together. But first I'm going to stamp my white with my green. And I'm going to make this one a thank you card as well. And just stamp that right over here. Okay. And then I am going to attach that to my piece of black. And this is way longer than what I need, but that's okay. We'll trim it off. So I'm going to trim that on that end. So this end has a nice clean cut. So we'll just attach that right there. Okay, and then I'm going to attach this to the front of my front panel that's going on my card. And it's way bigger than what I need, so I'm just going to trim that off as well. Okay. So I'm going to turn this over and just trim that along the edge of that Poppy Parade. Yeah, nice finish there. Okay, now I can attach this to the front of my card. Now, if you were putting on a ribbon on here, you would want to make sure to wrap that ribbon around if you're doing a ribbon instead of the strip. But you'd want to wrap that ribbon around there before you attach it, of course. And I love it, it's so cute. Okay, so on the inside of my card here, I am going to use some tear and tape. And I'm going to use some that I have that is 1/16 of an inch. No, 1/8 of an inch. I don't know, it's super small. It's really thin. It's probably 1/8 of an inch. Yeah. And I'm just going to put two little strips, one down here. Stamp It Up does not sell this one. They have one that's wider, but I want this super narrow so that my paper will fit in it. Okay, so then I'm just going to peel that off. And fold that up. I just want to make sure this edge is even with the edge of the paper. And I see how I trimmed that a little bit inside. That's what I wanted. So now it'll lay nicely. Otherwise it gets a little too close to the edge. Okay, so now I have, I think we should stamp something on here. I may have to go back and stamp something on here later, but I'll go ahead and do this for now. And so, of course, if you're going to stamp, it's better to stamp before you put it together. So anything I stamp on here now becomes at risk, right? So this is just a little piece of, this is narrower than normal. So I cut it at 5 1/4 by, I think 3 3/4. Yeah, 3 3/4 is the red. So the white is 5 by 3 1/2. And I did that because I wanted it to fit and make sure I gave myself lots of room for those pockets. Now I took a piece of the designer series paper, colored it in. The only part that's going to show is that one. This is going to be on the back, so I'm not going to worry too much about that. I am going to score it in half once I cut it. And this, I used one of my old punches for this. But you could use a die, or you could draw a circle and cut it. If you're really talented at that. I am not. I love my punches. So this is going to go right on the top of there and slip in my pocket. Just like that. Okay. Now let's go for decorating the front. So I have already punched out this stamp set. Of coordinates with our medium daisy punch, which is one of my favorite punches. And so I've already punched out a daisy because I didn't want to do that awful noise on screen. And so I'm just going to glue these together, offsetting them. Just like that. And this is just a teeny circle that I punched from a 3/8 inch punch. The Stampin' Up! Used to carry a long time ago. I'm so sad that all those punches are gone. I love those punches. But I'm sure everybody has one. You know, it's one of those things that's a staple. So then I'm going to attach my flower right there. I probably should have put a red center on that one. Okay, and then I have a ladybug. Oh goodness, I didn't do a ladybug. Okay, we'll do a ladybug. I like the ladybug. He's cute. So he also makes a bee. Let me grab my bee. So this is one of the cards from my upcoming class. And look, you can make a bee with him. Isn't he adorable? I think he's darling. Just using some striped paper. And I used that out of this paper pack, this one here. It had the stripe. This one also has it. This pack also has it. So, and it has kind of wiggly stripes. They're not super even. So that's kind of fun. Okay, so we're going to do our little ladybug here. And I have to look at how this punches out. So this is really important. So I need to know that my punch is going to go in this direction. So that's the direction I need to be sure that I'm stamping. So this is going to go this way, I think. Okay, and then his wings, let me grab a Poppy Parade. I thought I had already stamped him, but I didn't. Okay, wings are going to go this way. And it's easier to stamp the black one and then stamp the red one, because then you can see exactly where to position those circles. And they come out absolutely, absolutely light. Let's see if I can stamp again. Let's see how good I am, huh? That pad needs re-inked. Oh yes, it's coming out pink. That's the third time's a charm, right? Let's see if I can pick up enough ink to do this. Oh, that's much better. Okay, so did you guys see what I did? I went on the outside edges because the center of my pad is really light. See how it's real light? But if I come to the outside edges here, we all stamp in the center. So the ink is on the outside. That's better. This end is probably even better. Yeah. So it needs re-inked. That's all there is to it. I've been using it a lot. So. Okay, so let's punch out our little set of wings here. Like that. And then we need our ladybug, our body. So let's just punch that out of that scrap piece from the card. Sorry about all that noise. Okay, so I'm going to attach my ladybug wings with dimensionals. And I'm going to attach my ladybug to my card with dimensionals. And then just attach it, just like that. And there it is. And there is my simple little card for today, but I love it. I think it's adorable. There we go.